Welcome to Slapshot Podcast, episode number 30. I am your host, Christopher Morais. Thank you so much for joining me today. We have reached the big 3-0 in the podcast. It's a big day. I know it's been a minute since we last spoke. I know. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. I'm excited to talk about hockey. I'm excited about this podcast too. This is a fun one for me. Something a little bit different than what we usually done. I mean, there's lots of things going on in the NHL right now-ish, right? NHL's trying to figure out when they're going to play hockey, right? I mean, I could have, here's what this podcast could have been. I could have been talking about prorated salaries, the NHL's, and the NHLPA trying to figure out when the season starts, agree on all that, but nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants. Instead, we're going to talk about a very controversial subject today. This is why I like this one. It's not traditionally, controversial, but there are some hot takes. And when it comes to hot takes, that's something I like to get on board with, right? So here's what today's podcast is about. So the NHL released their retro jerseys, if you want to call them that, right? So yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rank my 5 favorite jerseys and the 5 jerseys that I dislike the most. Because obviously, right, if you're on Twitter, which you should be, right? If you are on Twitter, make sure you follow the podcast on Twitter at Slapshot Podcast. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at FuzzyChris91. Go and do that immediately. I'll give you a second. Take a moment. Go do that. No. Go do it. I'm telling you. Excellent. Perfect. Thank you. All right. So let's go back here. So there are obviously some teams that cared. There are other teams that didn't care. But everybody's got a different opinion about which jersey they think is the best, which one they think is the worst. And that's basically what Twitter is now about, giving your opinion and watching people hate on it, right? So I decided I'm going to give my opinion. And my opinion is the only one that is right, obviously, right? No, I'm kidding. But we can compare answers. At that point, you can send me all your hate tweets and hate Facebook messages, and just you can hate on the podcast afterwards and say my picks are wrong. But, after looking at them for a little bit, I've decided that these are the correct answers. Everybody else's answers are clearly wrong when it comes to this. Okay? So we're going to go through that. The 5 that I like, the 5 that I dislike, and then I'm just going to, there are other jerseys, right, that are just there that I'm like, I neither like nor dislike, okay? And here's how I rated them, right, in my head. Because, I mean, if you wanted to buy one, right, it's no secret, right? I mean, the NHL obviously didn't make as much money as they thought they would. They're still not playing hockey here. They probably won't play 82 games. They probably have to look at some kind of bubble, or I don't know how they're going to do it this time. But revenues are down. So it's a very strategic launch for the NHL, right? Right before Christmas, hey, you want to buy a $300 Canadian jersey? They're $300. I looked at it. $299.99 to be exact, plus tax. So they're over $300. So I rank them in a way that I would say, hey, A, do these jerseys look good, right? That's the number one thing. Some of them, I mean, they do. Some of them don't. And I said, well, would I buy this jersey for $300? There are some that I would not. I would not pay $300 for this jersey. Hell no. Ain't no way. There are some that I said, absolutely, take my money. And then there are other jerseys that I think are, like, they're nice, but I'm like, I mean, either there's nothing really to it, or I'm just like, oh, I'm not going to pay for this. I don't want to pay for this. Like, it's fine, but I'm not paying that type of money. Not that they're not nice, but I don't know if I want to pay for it. That's how I rank the large majority of the middle, right? The ones that I hate, A, I'm not paying for it, and B, if you gave it to me, I probably wouldn't take it. That's how I rank the 5 that I hate. So we're going to start with the 5 that I hate. Okay. Then we're going to go to the middle ones. I'm going to give you my take on all the other jerseys, and I'm going to tell you the 5 that I like. Okay. Let's start, like I said, with the hate list. So I'm going to work my way backwards from here. Okay. So I'm going to give you the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The last one is the one I literally hate, and it's probably going to shock nobody here. Let's start with number 5. So the 5th jersey that I'm like, no, man, I'm not taking this one. Is the Vegas Golden Knights jersey. So if you haven't seen it, it's basically red, right? It's got some, gray, gold, black, but it's got their alternate patch that's on their shoulder as their main logo now. And look, I understand, like, Vegas hasn't been in the league long enough to have a retro jersey, right? So they didn't have much to lean back on and say, okay, well, I'll pick this one. But this jersey, I just don't like. I don't like the color. I don't like the logo. They could have come up with something different. Again, I understand that they don't have much to choose from. But I would not pay $300 for it. I probably would not wear it if you gave it to me. Not a fan of it. Not a fan of it. So that's number 5. Number 4, easy one here for me to hate on, is the Columbus Blue Jackets jersey. Now, the jersey itself, the color pattern, if you haven't seen it, right? If you took their logo out and put the Washington Capitals logo on it, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, because I feel like they just stole that color pattern from the Capitals. Their logo also is their original one when they came out of the league, the one that's like kind of got like the CBJ, the J's in a hockey. It's honestly, it's terrible. Now, they had a lot of different choices of things that they could have gone with. They could have gone with a retro, put a cannon in the middle. They could have gone with the little B that they had on the shoulder patch, at the little B, the eyes and everything. They didn't. They chose the worst logo ever. It was a terrible logo when it came out. Okay, and slapping that thing on the front of a jersey is even worse. It's a terrible logo. It's a terrible jersey. They should have just canned it. But hey, Columbus, man, whatever. Terrible jersey. That's the 4th worst one. The 3rd worst jersey here, this was a terrible one, is the Minnesota Wild jersey. Now, a little bit like Vegas, okay? Minnesota hasn't really had a logo change in a long time, right? So the kind of like the, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, the cat, the panther in the middle there, kind of the like forest and everything. I mean, there's not much they could have done with a logo here, okay? I understand. Like I said, they haven't been around long enough. Okay, a lot of people were saying, well, why aren't they the Minnesota North Stars? They can't be the Minnesota North Stars because Dallas could have gone with that. We'll touch on them later. My main concern with this jersey, why I hate it, is the color pattern. It looks like an ad for Subway. It does, and the joke has been made a lot. It is. You could slap Subway on the front of that jersey and put it in a Subway ad, and you'd say, yeah, that makes sense. It is terrible. The color is just atrocious. Maybe they could have come up with something different for their logo. Maybe they didn't want to go there, which again is fine. But the color pattern of that jersey is absolutely atrocious. It's atrocious. It looks terrible. If your logo resembles anything that has to do with Subway, maybe don't do it. Maybe just throwing out an idea here. Just throwing out an idea here, Minnesota. It's a terrible jersey. I would not, if somebody gave it to me, if I walked into Subway with that jersey on, the jokes would write themselves. I don't see anybody outside of maybe a Minnesota Wild fan buying it, and even them, I don't think they like it very much. So, terrible jersey. That's the 3rd worst one. The second to last worst one here, this was an easy one for me. I looked at it and I said, my God, it's terrible. It's the Pittsburgh Penguins jersey. Now, the colors and stuff is not a problem. Pittsburgh's been around a while, okay? So they had choices. It is very college hockey of you to just put Pittsburgh from left to right going down. That is a college hockey jersey. It is not a retro. It took no time to put together. I feel like the people who were designing this jersey, they did it at 4 p.m. on a Friday when they finished at 5 and said, hey, what can we do here that's retro? And they just slapped Pittsburgh on it and said, that's fine. Like, in case you forgot where you were playing hockey. Now, Colorado had an alternate jersey that said the same thing, right? Colorado, the burgundy one. And that was atrocious. Pittsburgh has options as a logo that they could have gone with. You want to keep the color pattern, that's fine. Keep it. This was a perfect opportunity for them to slap on, right, the penguin, not the one skating with the hockey stick. That's the current one that they're using, but the old penguin logo, right, that they had. Just slap that on the middle with what they got here. Boom, throwback jersey. Easy. If you didn't want to think about it and you didn't want to do anything, then fine, go with that. Slapping Pittsburgh across it like it's a U.S. college hockey. I would expect something like that from Notre Dame, from North Dakota, from Minnesota State. Like, that's something I would think of. College hockey doesn't have enough money here. Slap it on. That's all we can go with and reuse it every year. Why would I pay $300 to have Pittsburgh across my torso? That's terrible. Missed opportunity. Like I said, they had choices. It's not like, the other teams that we mentioned before. The Wild, Blue Jackets, and Knights. I mean, they haven't been around very long. They didn't have many choices of alternate stuff. That's maybe why I don't like them either. Color patterns went up. Pittsburgh has no excuse. They have no excuse. They've been around long enough. They have logos. Their logos have changed a couple of times. You have something you can go with. And this is what you give people? That's what I'm supposed to buy for Christmas for little Jimmy? Get out of here, man. Pittsburgh, do better. All right, this one here is an easy one. The worst jersey that came out here, and it wasn't even close, okay? Which is it's kind of ironic because that's how their season went, is the Detroit Red Wings. It's only fitting that the team that was so garbage last season in the league, right? There were garbage, and then there was the rest of the league. Like, I'm pretty sure the Detroit Red Wings would have lost a game to an American Hockey League team. The best team in the American Hockey League could have probably beat the Detroit Red Wings. Their jersey is just ironic that it's so bad. They basically took their logo, slapped it on it, put 3 gray bands on it, and said, okay, we're done here. This reminds me of, how your teacher gives you a project when you're in school, group assignment, or even just by yourself. She gives it to you 3 months in advance. This looks like they realized Monday morning waking up when it was due at 8 a.m. and then just at 7:30 they're in front of their computer trying to copyright or plagiarize whatever they found on the internet and change a couple of words here and there. It's terrible. It's a practice jersey. Why am I paying $300 for a practice jersey? Again, Detroit, the wheel itself, the logo has not changed very much, okay? But this is a team that participated in the Winter Classic, and that jersey was actually decent. They could have gone with something different. They could have added something to it, some colors, nothing. Nothing. There's nothing here that I like about this jersey. It's trash. It is the worst one. And it's only fitting that the team that was garbage last season, like I said, is going to have the worst jersey, alternate retro jersey next season. It's only fitting. It's just, ugh. It's like, why? Why would you do that? It's so bad. It is so. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm like, you didn't put any thought into this, boy. NHL's like, hey, here's your assignment. And Detroit's like, nah, bro. Here's what we're going. We'll submit this 5 minutes in. Either they did this in 5 minutes or they forgot. Because that's the only way you come up with that design. And it's so bad. My God, Detroit. So bad. So those are the 5 jerseys that I would not buy. I think they're hideous. Just think about it. Imagine spending over $300 for that Detroit Red Wings jersey. If you haven't seen it, please take a look at it. They're atrocious. These 5 jerseys are not good. These are the 5 worst. Now you can alternate maybe the Golden Knights one if you think it's fine. And again, you can disagree with me, but my opinion here is right. But yeah, these jerseys are absolutely terrible. I don't understand how these people who designed them still have a job. Okay? But yeah, those are the ones I dislike. Let's go through some of the jerseys here that I neither dislike nor like. I think they're okay. They have some pros. They have some cons. And they're all right. Let's start with, let's start here. Where do I want to start? Let's start in the Metro Division, okay? So the Carolina Hurricanes went with the Whalers jersey. Now, this one could have been part of my favorites. It could have, but it's been done before. Carolina has some alternate stuff. It was easy for them to just throw back to the Whalers jersey, and they're probably going to get a whole bunch of people buying them because the Whalers merch still sells. So again, do I hate it? No, I think the Whalers jersey is really nice, but you didn't come up with anything creative, Carolina, here. I feel like you've done this one before. Not great. Not great. Anyways, it's all right. Didn't love it. Same thing with New Jersey. New Jersey went with the green in the middle. I don't like the green for New Jersey. Again, this is a jersey the color pattern they've already used a little bit. I'm just like, again, I wouldn't pay to wear this. If someone gave it to me and said, hey, what do you think? I'd be like, it's fine. It meets everything. Maybe I would have liked to see something different from the Devils, but again, it's not terrible. The New York Islanders, I would have put the Islanders and the Flyers on the same boat here, especially the Islanders. The Islanders, this is supposed to be a retro jersey. It just looks like their regular jersey. They put no thought into this. They literally copied what they had and just said, here, use it again. Like, why am I paying $300 for a jersey that already exists? That's terrible. They did nothing. This isn't a retro. What has changed? I've looked at it trying to find something that's different from their current logo, and it's not. It's not. And the Islanders have gone through some logos, right? They've been around for a while. They had some choices. They could have put the fishermen in the middle there and with a color pattern similar, and that would have been okay. It would have been a retro. I would have tolerated that. They did nothing here. It's, again, not an ugly jersey by any means. It's nice, but you didn't do anything. You just left it like that. No creativity. Get out of here. Not buying it. Same thing with the Flyers. Flyers, again, logo hasn't changed a ton. They've been around for a while. Logo hasn't changed. I do like the black on the shoulders and everything. It's okay, but it's nothing different. I don't hate it. If somebody gave it to me and said, hey, would you wear this? I say, yeah, it's fine. But again, am I paying for it? Probably not. Nothing new about it. Nothing crazy good about it. I don't like it. Rangers jersey. I like the Rangers jersey. I'm not going to lie, right? The Statue of Liberty in the middle. They've done it before. I think the color pattern just lacks a little bit. It's basically just all blue. I have a couple short bands on their arm. It's all right. I think it's okay. Honestly, if I had a top 10 of the ones I'd like, that one would probably be in it. That would be in it. Same thing with the Washington Capitals. Washington Capitals jersey, I was going back and forth between the Kings jersey and the Caps jersey. I like it. I like the Eagle. I really do. You know what I really would have liked, though? Is if they had gone with the, like, Washington, D.C., right? Like the White House kind of look for it with the sticks, and this is Capitals. I like the bird. I do. I think it's good. I like the Capitals on it. I think it's a nice jersey. It would be my sixth one. If I had to go sixth, that would have been the next one. Kings, Caps jersey. It's a really nice jersey. I do like it. I'd probably pay $300 to wear it. Again, I couldn't pick 6. I had to pick 5. So I picked 5. Boston jersey here. Boston, it's not that I don't like it. I feel like they could have done something different with their jersey, and they didn't. They have choices. It's not a terrible jersey. It's fine. It's okay. It's good. Same thing with the Tampa Bay Lightning jersey. Tampa Bay Lightning with their old retro one, I think it's fine. There's a lot of white on that jersey, though. I'm like, okay, deal with it. But yeah, not a bad one either. The Florida Panthers jersey I also like. I like the old Panther logo versus the one that they've come up with now. This is a good jersey. Has it changed much from what they had before? No, but I'm not going to shit on that jersey. I like it. Again, if I had a top 10, the Panthers jersey would have been in there. Let's go here. The Ottawa Senators. The Ottawa Senators, I feel like their jersey just they took their new logo and just slapped it on and said, yeah, it's old by the way too. We're reusing what is old. Our new jerseys look exactly like our retro jerseys. Again, I like the color pattern is quite good. They've gone through some logos as well, right? They could have gone with like the other Senator one, the one that has like an actual face. I feel like that would have been better for the jersey. That would have been a nice retro one. They could have done it. I would have preferred it to be dark instead of red. I don't really like the red on the jerseys. I don't know. Maybe it's a personal preference. I'm not a fan of it, but it's all right. People will probably buy it, even though the logo just looks like what they have now. The Toronto Maple Leafs jersey it could have been close to one of the jerseys that I dislike. It's been pointed out on Twitter a couple of times. I don't know why all the letters are in caps, except for the N in Toronto and the M in Maple. Now, is this somebody who didn't understand how capitals and minuscule letters worked? I don't know. Is this an error in print? I don't know. If it was designed to be like this, why? But, it's an okay jersey. It really is. I'm not paying for that. It has nothing to do with me being an Avs fan and that being a Leafs jersey. But, again, I don't think so. They're an original 6 franchise. They have some choices. That, a grammatically errant jersey is probably not the way to go. But anyways, doesn't matter. Habs jersey is all right. I like the blue. I felt like same thing with the Habs jersey. I feel like they could have gone with something else. They have gone through some logos here. Quite a few of them. And they just took the logo that they have now and slapped it on a different color pattern. It's not ugly, right? But again, when I went to go see how much they would cost to pre-order, it was $300. I was like, well, I'm not paying $300 for it, right? Like I feel like I feel like they took the Winter Classic jersey, right? I have a Winter Classic jersey. They just inversed some of the colors and slapped it back on. Oh, okay, well, so it's not retro. You haven't really done anything to it. Again, if I got one for Christmas, would I wear it? Of course. Hint, hint, wink, wink, wink. If you want to buy me a Habs jersey, that's the one I'm looking at. But would I buy it myself? No. Color pattern's okay. But, I feel like maybe they could have gone with like the globe that they have or one of the old logos. Again, Montreal's had some logos. They've been around for 100 years. You have some choices. And they went with that one, which again is fine. Let's keep on moving here. The Chicago Blackhawks jersey. This was interesting. When they were unveiling each jersey by itself, Chicago had the name, right? So they had the back of the jersey instead of the front. I thought that was interesting. Now, I know there's a lot of people who are saying maybe, the logo is offensive and everything, the word Blackhawks and everything. You could have gone, if you were afraid of public outcry from the jersey, you could have gone with a bird, right? This could have been an opportunity to go around it. The jersey itself is nice. The logo is fine. I just found that interesting. Anyways, they've been around for a while. They didn't really choose anything that was different here. Nashville's jersey is okay. Again, Nashville's been around now a little bit, but could they have gone with something different? Maybe. They didn't. Again, I don't hate it. Don't love it. It's just okay. St. Louis Blues, man. A lot of people are shitting on this jersey for not liking it. I think it's all right. I think they could have gone with. I would have liked to see like the trumpet kind of thing as the logo in the front instead of the Blues note. But hey, that's my opinion. The red is a little bit too much there. There's a little bit of yellow. I don't know how I feel about that, but it's not terrible. It's not as bad as people keep telling everybody on Twitter that it is. It's not that bad. Stop it, okay? Here's a controversial one, and I'm putting it in right now. The Colorado Avalanche jersey. Now, everybody is saying this is the best jersey, and those people are wrong, okay? Now, it was easy for Colorado to go with a Nordiques jersey. This was a very easy sell for them. This was very easy. I knew a lot of people were going to like it and whatnot. I hate the burgundy color. I hate it. There's no reason for it to be burgundy. Go with the baby blue on it. The logo is fine. The fleur-de-lis at the bottom is fine. Burgundy, man, I hate it. Like, what are you going to wear that with? Burgundy pants, burgundy gloves, and a burgundy helmet? Ugh. Doesn't look good. You can't wear it all white, okay? Because then you'd be like the Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars jersey is not terrible, okay? But I was right. Someone had posted about how they're going to wear the jersey. They're going to wear the jersey with a white helmet, white pants, and white gloves. It basically looked like a snowman on the ice. You're going to have 6 Frosty the Snowmen running around. It's, one of them guarding the net, and 5 of them moving in formation trying to score. That looks terrible. All white anything is not great, okay? All they need is the white skates and maybe a tinted visor, and that would really, set them up for the future. The jersey itself is fine. Now, again, people were saying, why didn't they go with the Minnesota North Stars? They could have. That would have probably been a better sell here, right? I have no problem with going with them wanting to stick with the Dallas Stars logo. No problem with that. It's fine. It's a lot of white. So for a casual fan who's going to wear it, it's probably going to be okay, right? So if you got your Dallas Stars green ball cap on and your jeans, it's going to look fine. I want to see what this is going to look like on the ice. It's going to look terrible. That's my problem. So I don't hate the jersey per se. I guess I hate the setup of how it's going to look on the ice. It's going to look terrible. Again, white snowmen skating around. And again, just to touch on the Colorado part real quick. Again, I'm not saying I hate the jersey. I just don't like the burgundy part of it. It is not the best jersey out there. Of the 31 that were given out, it is not the best one. Stop telling people that it is. It's a good one, but it is not the GOAT. I'm going to tell you which one is the GOAT a little bit later, okay? A couple of other jerseys here that I continue to like. The Calgary Flames jersey, again, I don't hate this one. I like the horse. I like the color. I like everything. Again, it just wasn't in the top 5. I'm going to put Calgary and the Oilers in the same thing. They're good jerseys. I like the jerseys. For the Oilers, I would have liked them to go back to something retro. Or like they kept the Oilers logo there. They've gone through a couple of them. I would have liked maybe the kind of like the flying kind of like oil thing. I guess it's a retro one that they have, or was it the third jersey that they used? That would have been something better with a different color pattern, all right. I'm happy they didn't go with an all orange because that would have looked absolutely atrocious. But again, they're good jerseys. I mean, I'd wear them. I wouldn't buy them. And the Calgary one is, again, it's really good. I think that's a good logo. I think it was a good choice. I like it. It's just not a top 5 for me. That's it. San Jose Sharks jersey, look, very, very classic. Very, very classic. Very, very nice. I have no problem with it. Again, it just wasn't a top 5 for me. The color is good. I think the gray is good. The old shark. I would have liked maybe if they chose, this would have been a good time to maybe reinvent the shark, come up with something new. But hey, they want to stick with that. I got no problem with it. Vancouver Canucks here. I'm super disappointed in the Vancouver Canucks. I'll tell you one thing. If you took the Canucks logo off that jersey, I love it. The color is amazing. I think it's great. A lot of people says it looks like a Sprite can. I don't care. That's a really good one. Now, same thing with the Canucks. They had a lot of choices. And the one that's like black and yellow with the V, like that would it have been just like an easy throwback? Maybe. But I think Canuck fans would have loved that one. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Because the Carolina, I understand this is a little bit, going both ways on the sword here, right? Because Carolina did Hartford. I'm like, yeah, you've done it already. And I know, the Canucks have done it as well. That's why I don't hate it. I think they had some choices that they could have gone with the logo in the middle. But the color pattern of that jersey, though, is lit. It's lit AF. I love it. It's not a Subway commercial. I can live with a Sprite commercial, but the color pattern is a whole lot better. That one I liked. Again, if I had a top 10, that jersey would have been in it, regardless of the logo in the front, just because of the color pattern. The color pattern was nice. I like it. A lot of people are probably going to buy it no matter what. And it's good. So those are just to recap, those are the jerseys that didn't make the top 5. Didn't make my top 5. They're not horrible. They're not great. Some I would wear, some I wouldn't. It's a variation of them. I just kind of clustered them all into the middle here and said, okay, here, these are fine. They're neither good nor terrible. They're just in the middle here. Let's take a look now at the top 5 that I love. Now, these jerseys I would pay $300 in a heartbeat to buy. Okay, you can kind of, if you've been keeping track, you can knock off where we're going with this one. Okay, so I'm going to name them again. Same thing, backwards order, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 here. The 5th jersey that I would dish out some serious money for is the LA Kings jersey. That throwback jersey is amazing. The purple, the gold, I love it. Again, you could say that they haven't come out with anything original. It's not something new. But that jersey is nice. They don't have to change anything about it. Keep it. I know, I'm sorry. Carolina Hurricanes fans are looking at me right now like going, well, what? Like, WTF, mate? You're hating on the Hartford jersey. They've all, I know the Kings have used this in the past as well, but like, that jersey is lit, bro. It's lit AF. Why would you not want to buy it? It's a throwback jersey. It's a retro. I love it. Buy it. The Kings jersey was a tight toss-up. Like I said, real tight. It was between that one and the Caps jersey for the top 5. I just like that one better. I like the Kings jersey. I think it's good. Even if you pair it with an all-purple, doesn't matter. I love it. Casual fan can wear it as well. Fits with everything. I love it. It's a sexy-ass jersey, man. Stop it. It's great. So that's my number 5 jersey. Number 4 here, and again, this opinion is correct, okay? The Buffalo Sabres jersey. This jersey, when I looked at it, I have on the podcast, I've talked negatively about the Buffalo Sabres, the city of Buffalo, and everything. I still stand with that, right? Buffalo's on my no-trade list. Absolutely, I'm not going there. It's a boring-ass city. There's no reason to be there. But that jersey is lit. The swords, and again, Buffalo had a lot of choices of what they want to go in. They've had some questionable jerseys. Remember the Sabres that's kind of in yellow, that's like an arc? That's a terrible one. They could have gone with their old one that they had, right? The black with like the buffalo head in the middle. But the swords, man, in that color pattern with the buffalo at the bottom, I feel like that's what Tampa Bay should have done with the bottom, like in their white put Tampa Bay. They didn't do that. Buffalo here, this jersey, I would buy it. I would never go back to the city. Well, that's not true. I would go back and visit. For hockey, I would. Hockey or baseball, I'd go. But like if someone's like, hey, where do you want to go on the weekend? If I was living in the, somewhere around there, someone's like, hey, where do you want to go away from the weekend? My first thought would never be Buffalo. It's boring, man. If you've never been, don't go. But buy the jersey if you enjoy it. Sabre fans, your team is a mess sometimes. They've gotten better. I don't know if they're a playoff team. But that jersey, though, that jersey is lit. I love it. Okay, that's the number 4 jersey. The number 3 jersey here, and this jersey is not getting enough love, and that's a problem. That is a huge problem here, is the Winnipeg Jets jersey. The color pattern on that jersey is sexy AF. I would buy that. I would buy it and wear it. And I know the Jets have been getting a little bit of flack here because they could have gone with an Atlanta Thrashers throwback jersey. And honestly, I think they should have, right? They should have gone with that. But if since they decided to go with that though, like they outdid it. I was thinking they would have gone with the Thrashers jersey at that point before I even saw it. When they came out with all these retros, I was like, oh man, maybe we're going to have a chance to buy a Thrashers jersey again. They could have probably sold a ton of those jerseys, right? And it is a throwback to their heritage. I know people saying, yeah, the Jets existed before. It doesn't matter. Like, they came from Atlanta. They went back to Winnipeg. The throwback jersey there would have been the Atlanta Thrashers jersey. They decided not to go with that. That's a risky gamble, in my opinion, but they came out with that jersey. And that is lit. I will forgive them for that because I would buy that jersey in a heartbeat. I think they should go with that jersey permanently. That should be the permanent jersey for that team. I know they have, not that the logo that they have right now is not nice. Not that I think it's terrible. But that jersey that they created, 10 on 10 to the graphic designing team who came up with that. The color pattern and everything is perfect. I love it. I would wear it any day of the week. You could wear it on the ice. The color pattern would match, depending on I'm assuming you pair it with something maybe gray or blue. Perfect combination. I love that jersey. Well done. I didn't love it more than these next two, but that was an easy 3. The 1, 2, 3 here that I'm naming, this third jersey was an easy pick for me. I didn't have to think about it. I knew it. The minute I saw it, I said, that's nice. I didn't have to think about it, sit on it, sleep on it, see if it was okay. I loved it. That was a lit jersey. Well done to the Winnipeg Jets organization. That is a great jersey. Number 2 here, and I know people are going to disagree with it. I don't care. But the Arizona Coyotes jersey, that one is lit. I know some people don't like the bottom of that jersey with the cactuses and everything, and it's cartoony. That is lit. There are people screaming for throwback jerseys like that. That logo is an OG logo. I would have preferred, instead of using the head, that they use the entire body with him holding the stick, but I can live with that. People don't like the purple. You don't like the bottom of it? You don't like the bottom of that jersey? I love it. I love it. That is a great jersey. I looked at it. I was like, damn, bro. That is a great jersey. I love the purple. I love the bottom. I would pay $350 for it. And again, the Coyotes have a franchise that is completely falling apart. They're not good. They have no money. They can't sign players. It's Arizona, right? It's hard to sell hockey. This team should have moved to Quebec a long time ago. But that jersey is lit. And if you have a chance, you should probably buy one because that's probably going to become a collector's edition one day. So, yeah, buy it. I love that jersey. It is wonderful. Again, if you say no, your opinion is wrong. Your opinion is wrong. I love the bottom. I think it adds some taste to the jersey. All the other jerseys are boring at the bottom. They all look the same. That is great. That is number 2. Okay? That's number 2. My favorite jersey here now, if you've been keeping score, you know where I'm going with this. And I'm telling you right now, it is the best one. Don't at me. Don't butt me. Don't tell me no. Don't tell me you hate it. But the Anaheim Ducks jersey is the best one. And it's an easy sell here for me. Now, the hate from this jersey is, oh, it looks like a cartoon. This team was owned by Disney. There is a movie. This team, the Mighty Ducks, came from the movie, okay? They are throwing back exactly as they should. This team should have remained the Mighty Ducks, okay? I understand. The first year they take out Mighty Ducks, go with the Ducks, they win the Stanley Cup. Doesn't matter. The Mighty Ducks is one of the best names to a hockey team ever, okay? You have Oilers, okay? You have Blues. You have Bruins. Like, they're very wild. Capitals. Like, not that those are terrible names, but the Mighty Ducks with the movie and that logo, you can think it's cartoonish all you want. The color pattern is amazing. They could have gone, right? So if you have it, right, there's a duck kind of flying out of the ice thing. That's fun. That is fun. They could have gone with the retro if they wanted, just put the Mighty Ducks logo in the middle of it. And I would have been okay with that as well, right? The one with like the duck like mask and the two sticks and the green inverse triangle. Instead, they went with an actual duck flying out of the ice there. That is amazing. That is the best. I would like, my first reaction was shut up and take my money. Also, they took a moment to show this jersey, right? I mean, the patch on the side is good. You could have used the shoulder patch as the middle. It would have been fine. Okay? It would have been fine. I think the numbers are cool. I know it's like the Comic Sans, right? Kind of writing on it, which I know people dislike a lot. All the other jerseys are kind of just plain. Some of them are boring. Some of them just look alike. But think about it. You have the Detroit Red Wings logo, that one jersey that is just absolute garbage. And then you have this. Like, you can hate the color pattern. You can hate that it's Comic Sans. I don't care. This is an elite jersey. And I would buy one. I would buy one in a heartbeat. There is no question about that. That jersey is lit. And it's no secret that if you go on the NHL Facebook page, right, all the other jerseys have like, you know, they all feature one in themselves. They have this thing where they group them by division and stuff. Only the Ducks jersey has a feature of the front, side, and back. That's how good this jersey is. It's amazing. It is the best. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear why Colorado's jersey is better than this. You're telling me that the Nordiques throwback jersey is better than this one? Maybe if you have no fun. Maybe if you don't like life. This jersey is amazing. The Ducks jersey, I looked at it. That was the first one I saw, right? Because Anaheim's top of the list. I looked at it. I was like, wow. I didn't even have to look at the rest. I thought all jerseys were going to look that good or that fun. They weren't. It was Anaheim, right? Arizona. Those are the first. I was like, man, these are good. And then the rest of them, I was like, ugh. Okay. Like, again, excluding the Jets, Sabres, and Kings, those jerseys were nice. And again, the Capitals won and all that. But again, looking at some jerseys and how teams played this out, right? This one is like it's in a league of its own. Just as the Detroit Red Wings logo is in a terrible league of its own on the opposite side, right? This Ducks jersey is just way better than any other jersey that was created. This one is the best. If somebody wants to buy me one, I will wear this. I would wear it proudly. I don't care. It is not the worst one. You don't like the cartoonish feature to it? That's on you, buddy. That's on you. This jersey is lit. It is an exact throwback to where this team's from. I am glad that somebody took the risk and said, well, I want to do that. And they did it well. They did it phenomenally well. That is A++ jersey. It's the best one. Again, don't tell me it's not. Got it? It's the best one. And yeah, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is my list of the 5 jerseys I hate. The large middle pack of jerseys I'm like, meh, whatever. And the 5 jerseys that I love. Those are. Let me know what your list is. Tell me. Tweet at Slapshot Podcast. Tell me on Twitter which are your top 5 and which 5 you don't like. Tell me. Tell me which ones you like, which ones you don't like. And we can compare ideas. You can send me all the hate tweets you want, man. It doesn't matter. But that, again, I know I'm sounding like a broken record. That Ducks jersey is the best one. Okay? That, ladies and gentlemen, is our podcast for this week. As always, much love to everybody who listens. Thank you so much. I know sometimes it's not as consistent as I'd like to put them out. Life is busy. I hope you all understand. It's nice when I get messages from people who be like, hey, when are you doing another podcast? I'm waiting. And I know I'm trying to get a schedule around it that works. It's hard to do that right now. But much love to everybody who listens. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, subscribe to the podcast. You can find it anywhere and everywhere you enjoy podcasts. It's on Podbeam, so you can follow it there. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's on Stitcher as well. Right? You can find it there. It's on Spotify. You can follow it directly there. It's on YouTube. If you haven't already, you can check out my YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when content gets uploaded there. The podcast is there as well. Just follow the page. There's a couple of Call of Duty videos. If you enjoy Call of Duty, man, you can check me out on Facebook Gaming as well. Facebook.gg/FuzzyChris91. You can follow that if you enjoy it as well. You can watch me and the boys lose in the gulag. We do that quite often, by the way, losing the gulag. But again, much love to everybody who listens. Thank you so much. Share the podcast with your friends. Hopefully, we do get hockey by the 1st of January. That's what the NHL is targeting. I promise I will do a podcast before the start of the next season, and we can take a look at that. Fantasy hockey is starting as well. There are going to be podcasts dedicated to fantasy hockey as well, so look out for that as well. Like I said, subscribe, follow, and I love you all. Thank you for being here, and we'll talk to each other soon. Bye-bye.